Before we begin today's tutorial, I have a test for you. Between A and B, which is the original mouse? Leave your answer in the comment section and let us begin. Now, I know many people had their doubts when I posted this, and I will tell you for a fact that this was drawn and it's not magic. You can do it too. All right, it's very easy. All you need is just understanding two key elements or two key things that would help you achieve the same result. And those two things are shadows and highlights or lighting. So with shadows, you can create depth, or with these two elements, you can create depth in whatever you are drawing. So without any further ado, let's get right into the tutorials. These are the processes I took. You're going to start from creating the wireframes. These are the wireframes, and I've used colors to remember what is for what, so I don't forget or have a hard time picking a specific line that I want to color. Let's make this frame bigger. I'm going to paste the design in here. And let's make this bigger so everyone can see it. I'm going to break it first. Oh, this is the drawing. See, I even made the mistake. Now, one of the first steps you need to take is to lock this guy so that this guy would not be moving within your frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this. So go to your layer, and when you go up to your layer, you're going to see this padlock, which is open. Click on it and it will lock it. Now we cannot select this element. So now we can begin our drawing. I use the pen tool to draw this. I didn't use the pencil tool, so it's easy for you to draw. So first things first, let's find points that we want to choose. So we need the base design. The base design is like the bucket. You know, when you want to draw a bucket, you need to, when you want to put water in a bucket, or you want to draw a bucket with water, you would need the bucket first before putting the water. Now the water is the content that comes with the design. So first things first, we need to draw the base that would carry all of this content. You can see that the base is this outline that is going around the mouse, and you can see that nothing else is going outside of it. We just have that base around it. So that's what we want to start with first. Once you have the base, you can now add any ingredient or content that you want to add to the design. And I'm going to pick somewhere around here, and I would draw I don't think that line would work, so let's pick in between. So I'm just going to pick somewhere here, and then I'm going to draw to somewhere. You need to try to master the pen tool, because what I'm going to do now is just drawing straight lines, and you would see how I curve them later on. So I'm going to draw it to somewhere at this point. I would see if that works. No, it doesn't. Let's bring it down some more. Somewhere here. And then I would send it up this way. I think somewhere around here. This one will require a curve, so I'm going to just curve it. Yes, that way. Now once we have that, we can click back at where we stopped, and then I would come over here, I think somewhere around here. Okay, and yes, would also choose somewhere here. Right, somewhere around here. Yes, and would end it somewhere around this junction. Let's see what we have. Now we have the drawing or the outline that is going around what we actually want to do. Let's press enter to have that line. So we have the line. This is what we have. Now we need to curve it to have the shape of this mouse. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to enlarge this some more. Shift and Alt, Control and Alt, and you would have what I'm doing. Right, so select the line, and when you select the line, I'm just going to bring back my UI. Go up here to where it says Edit Object. If you don't want to go up there, you can do it in another way. Just double tap on the line, and it also bring out this stuff. So let's go to Edit Object for the sake of people just starting out without knowing what that is. So in the Edit Object, you can edit the object. You can change its position. Like I can drag this, bring it down. If I hold this, I can bring it down or move it somewhere else. All right, Ctrl Z to undo that. I can also curve this. I can make it curve. If I hold Command, I can curve the line. All right, that's Command or Control on PC. Now, if I want to curve this line, the way or logic I use to do this is I would select a node, and then I will come to the right panel. You're going to see corner radius, and then with that, I just type in 500 for now, and then I would manually just curve it this way. All right, that part is okay. And then for this one, I'm going to bring it, let's bring this down here. And then I'm going to reduce this some more. I think we'll have to bring this a bit down somewhere here, and then this one would go up a bit somewhere like this. Yes. All right, so we'll do the same thing to this one. You just curve that. So you're going to get the curve. It doesn't have to be so perfect. All right, you can do it whichever way you want to. I'm not getting it really perfect. Curve this one as well, something like this. Let's see where this ends. Yes. All right, we're going to curve this one. Ensure you curve every single dot or every single node. So I'm going to curve this, and then remember that we have a node here that we started from. Also just add some curve to that, maybe around 100 or 50 would do, so it doesn't have like a sharp pointed end. Right, so let's stop for now and just show what we're doing. Let me bring back, I'm going to hide, not hide, I'm going to reduce the, no, let's give it a color. So I'm going to use a very sharp color like red. Yes. And then this one, I'm just going to reduce the opacity a bit so you can see what we're doing, and that's it. Okay, let's get back to business. So we have the lines. We'll double tap here, select this, remember the curve, so we're going to curve it this way out. Right, that's it. Select this one. We're going to type in like 1000, so we don't have to do it for so long. Okay, maybe like 700 first. 700 is still too far for 100. Okay, so we'll start at 100 and just try to like curve. This is where we have it. We'll select this, move it in a bit. We're going to need one more curve, one more line. So to get that line, if you hover on the lines, you're going to see that it creates extra lines that you can add to your lines. So what I'm going to do is just drag one of it out this way, and let's see what we can do to this. I'm going to drag one more line, keep it somewhere around here, and I think we need one more line somewhere here, and then we'll try to curve this some more. Let's see if we'll get the results. Yes, that worked. Select these both of them and curve them until they are curved. Let me zoom into this so you see it. right? They were like this before, now they would be like this. Let's add some more to that. Press enter. You don't need to press enter, that was a mistake. Right, we'll select this one as well and add some more curve to it so it's smooth. Right, now we're going to select this, which I feel may not really work. Yes, let's send this way, keep this here and add one more line to it somewhere around this point. Select this and add more radius to it. Let's do the same for this. 1 2 3. Then I'm holding shift to press the up and down navigation key, so if you are figuring how I'm counting by 10, that's what I'm doing. And yes, we have it now all done. So if we move this, if we move the base to the side, you can see that we now have the shape of the mouse, and that is basically what we were aiming at. So let's get down to the main business. Now the main business is actually having to create all these different elements inside of the mouse, but I will not be doing all of that, but I'll show you how you can add the depth using shadows and lightens. So let's start from understanding what we have here. Now we have certain elements in this design. I'm going to bring back the opacity so that we can see the details better. I'll just type mouse and then bring it up to 100. Right, with that we can see the details in this design. We have like 2 shapes going on here, or 3. We have like white, we have the black, and then we have this gray going over here. It's not just a gray, it's like a gradient that starts from black, but the black is like 10% of the shape or around 5% of the shape, and then we have the rest of it. Now we're going to start from there, so you need to just draw it. You can draw it from outside, so I'm just going to draw it this way. I'll drag and that's it. You can just draw it outside. Just ensure you get the inside one. Why I'm doing it this way and not following it just the way it is, let's correct this first. Move this somewhere around here. So for these shapes, you don't need to draw them accurately because you're going to be using clip marks. Now clip marks is basically, let me show you what that means. I'll select this and this and I'll hit clip marks. It has clipped it. If I select this one and I give it a color, it won't show, but if I select the main one and give it a color, then you're going to see this one having this color, like you can see it, and it's clean. All right, so we're going to use clip marks for it, so we don't need that for now. I'm going to try to undo that so that I have my shape back. Yes, that's back. And let's delete one of this. Right, so we have this. Now we can continue to do the rest of it. Now there's a critical part in this design or in this illustration that even me, I had like issues when I was doing it, but I had to find a way to manipulate my way through it because I didn't want to start afresh. Now you can see the top layer, it's broken into different sections. The first section we have here is this part that goes around here that creates some kind of dark shade behind it. All right, so we have the first one, which is like the left click, we have the right click, and then we have this entire body that goes from here this way, out this way, around. It goes completely around, over here, coming over here, down here, and it ends at this point. So those were different shapes, but what I did was I drew the entire shape, like drawing from all here around, and I ended it around it. So I did not do these top shapes until I wanted to color it, and I saw the issue and I had to fix it. So you need to pay attention to that, so you don't cover parts of the design that you would need to add more depth to, because all of these are going to be in different sections. And if you don't do it this way, it will be hard for you to add those details that you want to add, like adding a detail at this end or at this corner. It's going to be hard, or even at this point. It might be easier at this point, but you need to ensure that you do them in sections. So let's go back to the design. I'm saying this using this use case. For whatever you're going to be doing, ensure you examine the design very well before you start adding colors or details to it. So I'm going to start at this point. I'll first have the left click. So also recall that, or also try to see that they have like a gray stuff going around them. That means they are not going to be touching each other. So I'm clicking and dragging to have my shape curve. I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to draw it. We're not seeing the line, but we're going to achieve that. So I'm going to first off draw it to somewhere here, and then we can now get that line. This is the first one, right? Curve that. Click to start the line back. See, when we have like a curve, we try to like draw, it's giving us something really bad. So we just click at the last point that you drew, and then we can have whatever we want to have. So this is going to be for the right click, right? And then we need for the left click. So for this one, I'll just start it from here. Click somewhere around here, and then going to curve this one, yes, like that. Then we'll try to get this one. This one is also going to be like a curve, so we can have that aligned better. Yes, we can hold the node and move it slightly. Click back at where you ended to continue drawing. We'll bring this way, right? And I would just curve it this way. Right, bring this out a bit, bring this in a bit. Right, click back here. Then we can, let's do that from here. Ensure you use a mouse to draw this for all those trackpad people. All right, so we have that. Just some little adjustment. I'm going to click V on my keyboard. Click on, I don't think that locked. Let's see. Oh man. Okay, let's come back there. Ensure you click on the node to finish it. Now click V, and then on my keyboard I want to adjust this. So I'm going, not on my keyboard, on my mouse, I'm going to just drag this out a bit. That's out, and then I'll drag this. That's in, and this is out. Right, and then this one as well, something like this. You can select this and move it in a bit, and that's that. Now we have that section. Let's do for the other section, which is this part that goes around. And yes, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to start from here. I'm going to start from here, here, curve that. Let's curve it from here. Right, bring this out a bit, bring this in a bit. Yes, click on the last node here, here, and then we'll take it up here. Yes, down to this point, and then we can curve that outside. Once we have that outside, we can now go around this, just completely go around it. Yes, I remember. Now we have this other part inside, so we won't just go around it that way. We're going to curve it from here, and then we'll bring this one, press V, and drag this one down a bit. Yes, and then we can continue from here. Select the node, press P, and then you're going to continue. For this one, I'm going to use our logic of curve. Yes, let's bring that out some more. Then I'll straighten it. I think I should be able to curve this, but let me keep it to be on the safer side so I don't have to redo it. I'll use Control to curve this area a bit. Select the last node, and I'll do the same thing here. Just move it out a bit, then somewhere around here. No, I want to curve this part as well, so I'm going to move it somewhere around here, and then somewhere around here, and then let's end that over there. I'm going to select, press V, hold Control or Command, and just move the line slightly upward. Now we can bring back our layer UI and then select this, go to the radius and curve that. For now, we're going to just leave it at that, and that is that. Yes, that's fine in my books. I don't know about your own book. I'll curve anywhere that has a sharp point. I'll curve it. This part, curve that completely. Let's select this, bring it in some more. Yes. Right, select these guys and curve them. Yes, let's select over here and do the same thing, and ensure to give them different colors. I've not started giving them my colors. Right, and let's just add some curve to this part. I think it should be sharp, but you just add like 4. Press enter, select this one. Now it's time for its own curve. We'll curve this. Right, select this one, make that 4. Yeah, there are more things we can do, but I've already done this, so there's no need to like do so much. So you can do so much in yours, just pay attention to it. Now we have the base for those ones, because everything is going to have like a section, like I said, and these sections are like base for you to add details to those sections. So what we're going to do now is to also draw other sections, which is this part, because all this stuff you see on top of here are like the details for this section. So we need to draw this part. So I'm going to start from here, right? Click here, and I'll just curve that. Click. We can, for this one, you can click to do it outside. No, the only disadvantage is if you do it outside, we won't have that black stuff that is around there. So let's just draw it inside first, and then yeah, would have its outside. For these ones, we don't need to do anything special. We'll just curve this, right, and end it over there. Press V. I think there's some touch we can do to this part. Yes. Select this one, and as usual, regionize it. Right. That's cool. I think this one can help us out. Yes, let's add some more lines to it, and then move this one out. Select this, move it out. Right, so we have that part. Let's color that. We'll give it like a green. We'll select this one, give it like a blue or something. These two can be red. No, we'll change their color, leave the base at red. Let's give them something around green, not green, yellow. Yes. And then this one is going to be blue, because it's part of the blue circle. All right, so we have all the base now. These other ones are details, so we can now start by clipping all of this in a clip max. So the first things I'm going to do is open up my layer so that I still can see everything I have, and ensure you're drawing inside a frame so that you can have everything within that frame. So I have this, and I will go to my base, which is this one, and I will change the name to base. That's what you want to do first. Then these other sections, remember they would be sections, so you need to also rename them. So this one I'm going to call it right, and then this one, not that one, this one I'm going to call it left, which is like the left click, right click. This one would be middle, and then this one is going to be like, we'll just call it side. Now we have all of them, and all of them would have their own sections. So we'll start with the base. We're going to duplicate the base double times, and then what we're going to do is select the base and the base, go up here and click on use as max. Now we have that as max. We're going to call this mouse, and what we're going to do now is select all these elements, the other ones that are not part of the base, and we'll move it inside of the base. It's going to be on top. Now they're inside of the base. Now with that, we can select the background because you can't see the lines anymore, and we'll give that a color. Now you can see the lines are back, right? And then also the color is not like illuminating the design you're working on. It's not like over the design. But if you change the color of this second base, then it closes your vision from seeing the rest of it, and that's why you want to follow that step. Now for this one, we're not going to call it base anymore. We're going to call it foundation. All right, and then this one is the base, because we're going to reuse this base when we want to add color to this design. Because if you don't have this base, then this one would not work for you, because you see the color is not working. So we need this base. It's very important. So now that we have this, we would now go into this one. This one is the most simplest. So we're going to select it, and then what we're going to do is duplicate it. You guessed right. Select both of them and hit use as max. Now we have that, and then the next thing we're going to do is like try to give it a color. But before we give it a color, let's give it a color first. And what I'm going to do now is just come over here, select one of these, and just bring it closer so that I can easily pick the colors that I want to use. Okay, right. So since we have this now, we're going to select it. All right, and we're going to choose a color. So you just choose this color. Yeah, we didn't give this a fill, that's why. Now when we give it a fill, we can now see the color. All right, so we have this color now, and we're going to pick the color from this one. We're just going to pick this one. Yeah, I think that one works. Select this other one. We're going to pick a color as well, but for now we need to draw this line going around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the pencil tool and just draw that line. It's not going to be smooth. right? And then I'll draw it outside and close it out. So I have this. Let me change that to like a blue. Yes. And then select this one, duplicate it, which is the left, select the both of them, add that. And then that new base line that we have, we're going to move it into the left. So we have it now inside the left. We're going to select this and give it a color so that we can see that line that we just did. You can see everything is still looking really smooth. Everything is looking very smooth. And we can continue doing whatever we want to do. But first off, let's give this one a color as well. Select left, give it a color, and we're going to pick the color from here. Just pick that top. Select this one, give it a color, remove the stroke, and then we're going to give it one of those colors, this dark shade. Right, we're heading somewhere. Let's select this, remove the stroke. We don't need that stroke anymore. And let's do the same for the right one. We're going to duplicate it, select both of them, hit use as max, select the inner one and give it a color. We'll select the outer one as well, give it a color so that we can have that color. Select this colored one, remove the stroke, and then pick this color. We're going somewhere. So we still have our base, which everything is inside, so we're not doing anything to that. We're going to select this one. This is the one we want now. And then before we do that, remember we have this line going around here like this, outside and out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the pencil tool, right? But in my own design, if you go through it, you're going to see that it's sharp. That means I used the pen tool. But to save our time, just going to use this, draw it this way, and outside, make it bigger outside, because we're going to add a color to it that would help us in what we want to achieve. Now we'll select that blue base, which is the middle, duplicate it as usual, select both of it, add a max. Select this one, drag it into the middle. All right, bring it to the top because it's going to be above this one. And then we can select both of them and give them a fill, and then select this one and remove the stroke so we can pick a color. So we're going to pick this color. Yes. All right, we have that. We didn't do this. This is pretty easy. I'm just going to do it outside because we've skipped that. So we have this now. Remember, we have this one. Yes, so we'll give it a fill, remove the stroke, and then we're going to pick that color. It's like a very light shade. And then this one, we would leave it as this because we're going to still add some more details on it. We still have this part, so I'll just do that. Let's draw this, curve it this way. You know what, I'll just curve it one time and then end it over here. Select this, move it upward, something like this. Drag this one out a bit. Yes, I would end that there. Let's rename that, and then this will come inside of the mouse itself. Then we're going to call this indicator, something like that. Indicator. So it's going to have its own layer as well. So before we add anything to it, let me do this. I'm just going to draw this four corner actually, and that's there. Select all of it and just curve it. Obviously you should know this one. All right, select this, duplicate it, select both of it, use as max, select this one, bring it inside, and we're going to select these two, give them a fill so that that one can show, and then select this one, remove the stroke, and then we're going to pick that color from this one. Right, and then this one as well, I would use the same color because it's really vibrant. Remove the stroke. All right, we're going to leave it there for now. It's really vibrant, if you agree with me. Right, for this ones, what I did was very simple. First things first, let's draw the shape. So we'll come over here, curve it, come back, click here, curve it as well, end it there. You don't need to do the second one. I just duplicated it for the second one. Now what you would do next is to draw a line. You can just use the pen tool, or you can use the line tool. So let's use the line tool. I'll just press L on my keyboard and I can draw a line because it allows me like draw anyhow I want. Let's give this a color that is also sharp, right? And we'll just make the size, the weight bigger, and then we can duplicate that multiple times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, these other ones do not really conform, so we're just going to select all of them. You can see them in the layer. Select all, and then we'll try to like increase the height. Obviously it's doing that way because we did not do it. You know what, let's leave it the way it was, and we'll just like drag this out, or just align them. I think aligning them would be better. Delete one of it and move this way. All of them are here. Select them. First things first, we need to make them white, but for now I will just let's put them in a frame. Yes, you can right click and do frame selection, and yes, but you know what, let's just group them. We'll group them, Ctrl G, and then we'll select that base where they are going to stay. We're going to call this scroll because we use it to scroll. For those of you that don't use the mouse, you may not know. Ctrl D to duplicate that, select both of it, use as max, select that group. So that group is called lines, right? And then we'll drag it into this. Eclipse it, that's what it's supposed to do. Select this, give it a color, and then select this other one, remove that stroke. Yes, so when you're done with this one, manipulating it, you can now move it to the next side. For this one, it's just a circle that was now hidden across all the frames, so you can just draw like a circle this way, and then just try to like get it, like shrink it, something like this, and then curve it, you know. So take your time on yours, and yeah, let's reduce this. You know what, let's draw that. There's nothing we cannot draw, Abi, so let's just draw that, and we'll end it over here. Yes, that's it. Remember to always add your curve. I don't know why I'm going deep into these details. Right, I already have this, not like I'm going to post it again. Okay, so we have that, and then we have this one. So what we're going to do first is the base. The base is going to be black, and it lets the rest of the item pop. This one, we're going to choose gradient. Before we choose gradient first, let's undo that. Before we choose gradient, let's take it to white, and then we're going to choose gradient. Let's try to curve this gradient, like rotate it to see if we're going to achieve something. For the white, try to like reduce the opacity for now, and then this one this way. You know what you need to do for this one is to start with 1. So we're going to start with 1. Try to like move it this way, and then you're going to turn that color, because we didn't do it from the beginning. What I did was I did 1, then duplicated it, so that way I didn't have to do it again. So once you have this one and you're satisfied with the sharpness, I'm going to select this one, make that very sharp, bring this one down a bit, go back to the other one, make that 100%, bring this one and reduce the opacity. No, don't reduce the opacity. We'll just reduce the, you can add more to give it that stuff you're going for, that silver lining. All right, so once you have this and you're satisfied with it, you can now add what's it called, you can now add a new a style guide, and you can use it for what you want to do, like create a style guide. For those of you that don't know how to do it, click on this style and variables, or you watch the last video. Once you do that, you can come to the plus sign up here, new style or variable, click on it, go to style and type in linear or whatever name you want to give to it, click create style. And once you do that, you can select this, go back to the group, this is the line group, press enter. Once you press enter, it selects everything. You don't have to select them one at a time. Then the other ones, you see this one is already on the linear, so this other one with the square, we're going to right click on it, and then we're going to choose what we just added. Where is it? It's somewhere around here. Linear, yes, it's there. So how to select that? Click on this other one, style. You will not click plus this time, you just select it linear, and that's it. Okay, now that we have this, we're going to select this and duplicate it, place it over here. Yes, that's what we want to do. We have this other 3 stuff blurred at the background. We're going to use the pen tool for this. So I'm going to start somewhere around, because if I click here, it will start drawing inside that max. You can see we have it inside this max, and that's not what I want to achieve. So I'm going to start somewhere around here. Let me see. It also still draws within the max, and that's because the max is over here. Let's see. So where can we start? We'll start here. So let's try. It still starts from the max. Okay, so let's understand what max is this. This is the max for scroll. This other one too is the max for scroll. Yes, and we need to give all these guys the max indicator, side, middle, left, and so on. Yes, so now that we have this, we can just use the square tool to actually, not inside. Yes, so we have the square tool, and then we can turn this around. Everything is turning around for my own good. So we have this, we can duplicate this over here, and one more. No, that's not what we want to do. We're going to duplicate it over here, reduce the size, select all 3 of them, and we're going to put them in a frame. So right click and put frame, and then in this frame we're going to move the frame into our mouse. Oh, I see. Where I need to be sure of where the mouse starts from. Let's say click this. So this is not inside of our mouse, so bring it into the mouse. This is not inside as well, bring it inside. This is not inside, bring it inside. Ensure you're doing it this way, if not you would have that issue. This one as well is not inside, we'll bring it inside, so it's going to be inside. And then this one is the blur, so we're going to just type blur shapes. All right, now that we have this, we can now start adding those details. First off, let's remove our guy from our background. So we're going to move him out so we can see what we are doing. Select the frame, press enter, and just center things so I can see everything while I'm working on it. Remove this, we don't need it for now. I think we actually need it for the frame, the base. Now it's time to add that base, remove the stroke, and then choose black so that everything pops. All right, select this shape. This is going to be like a gray, and a gradient actually. Okay, let's give it a brighter shade. Yes, it's not that bright. Let's just give it a bright shade for now. This one, you can now start sending it downwards one at a time. So we're going to hold shift, we're going to hold command, and then with the bracket next to letter P, and just slightly bring them down. That one is perfect. We'll do the same for this one, command or control and the bracket next to letter P on your keyboard, and this one is also perfect. We can even extend it this way a bit. Yes, yeah, something like this. Let's bring this one up. I don't know why I'm making this thing perfect. All right, so we have this now, and we want to start working on the details. So we have this one, we have other ones, and let's start with this. Let's start with this one actually. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to drag this in, send it to the top, drag it in some more so I can see what I'm doing. And then in here, I'm going to draw that shape that they have going up in their own. So I'm seeing like a circular shape that looks more like a headset. I mean, an ear pod. I don't have it, so I don't know what you guys call it. And then give it that shape. I can see a dark shadow going around here, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to start drawing around that area. Curve this, send it out, and then end it here. Just drag that out, give it a fill, remove the stroke, and then we're going to make that one black, completely black. Yes, that's what we want to do. We'll just maybe send this out a bit, right? And maybe just make this come up a bit, something like that. Right, select this one. We're going to choose this color. I think it's white. It should be white. Let's just go up a bit, not purely white. And we're going to blur that. This is where we add the ingredient. So we have this, but we also have another one around here. So let's do that as well. Select this and just curve it out. And then this one as well. Add that color and then choose that white. Now select all three of them. You can do that one at a time, but I'll just select all three of them for now. Go to effects. You're going to see drop shadow in the effect. Choose layer blur. What you want to do is blur the layer itself. So click on the effect setting next to the title layer blur, and then you can start increasing it. There's no number you can increase it to that is best. Just look at it while you're doing it. I'm sure you guys must have started seeing that it's turning 3D already. So once we have that, we're going to, I can see something that has a stroke here, so I don't need that stroke. Ensure to also have like your wireframe first before you start doing all of this, so that you can show people the wireframe and also show them the result. Okay, so we have done that. We can now move to the next one. So I have this section, so we'll do the same thing, effects, layer blur, and then you can just increase it to whatever number works. It's almost invisible, so let's work on this color. I'm going to choose a different color, I think this, and then let's blur that some more, just slightly. Yes, this is fine. We're going to come back to that, but for now let's work on this other section. Yes, so I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to draw like a very big circle because I serve a very big God. And let's curve this way. Press enter, give it a color. Right, this color is going to be dark. Yes, and it's going to be beneath this one. Let's give that the effect layer blur, and then we're going to blur that a bit. We're going to duplicate that, so delete this, remove that, duplicate this, and for this one I just blur it for now. Alright, so I'm sure you're seeing what's happening already. So let's select this one. We're going to make this a gradient, so I'm going to click the gradients fill. The top, I'm going to make this top this light. Yes, and then this one, move it in a bit, select a third one, and then choose this color. You know, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, then let's remove one of this, and then where is that guy? There's something missing. Where is that shape? This guy. There's a shape missing. Is it this? No. This other outer shape is missing. Where is it? This is alone. Yes, seen it. Okay, so we're going to move this outer shape into the middle. Yes, and then give it a color, remove the stroke, and then let's give that this color, make that a gradient. So the down part, we're going to give it this color somewhere around here, and then for this one I'm going to give it this color. Yes, right. Okay, then we'll work on this one. Effects, layer blur. Let's blur that a bit, just slightly, so we can still see what we're doing. And then, let's make this smaller, something like this. Okay, get rid of this one, we don't need it. Yes, that's it. I think this one is making it look somehow, so I'm going to give it a gradient, make that gradient part, let's use black. Yes, so it looks more like it's faded into the background. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Then for this one, want to add more for this section. Yes, give it a feel. You can add as much details that you want to. Layer blur that part. We're going to make that slightly darker. Yes, then add some more blur to it. Yes, that's it. Let's blur this blur item. Select all of it and layer effect, layer blur, add more blur to that guy. Let's group this. It's cutting out. It's cutting out, and that's expected actually. Let's see what we can do to it. So what we would have done is actually create a frame that is the length of this. So that would be drawing a shape like this and then adding like points to it. So somewhere around here, somewhere around here, and then this would act as a layer mask for it. So let's do that actually. I'll select this and drag it into here. With that, I'll use it to select everything and hit not yet. Let's select this, duplicate it, select it again, hit the max, select all of this, bring it into the max. Then select the frame itself, break that, select this, hit edit objects so that we can edit it better. That way we can bring this into display. Yes, this way. This has a color, remove the color, we don't need that color for it. And then we can play around with it some more and bring this way. The next one, bring it slightly, and with that we can change all the color to white. Yes, okay, let's select this one and start adding some details to it. Layer blur, press enter, remove that. We'll just duplicate that, bring it somewhere around here. We're going to choose the darker shade. Okay, and just move it slightly this way. Duplicate that, bring it to the center, and then bring it downwards. No, let's delete that. I need that. We need this part, so I'm going to start from here, curve it until I have it this way. Press enter, curve it, move it out this way, give it a color, and then let's blur that as well. Okay, yes, that we're going to select the base, which is the indicator, give it a gradient. Actually, this part we're going to choose like this. This part I'm going to choose like something like this. delete this one. Just select the shape. We have this going like this, like this, like this, like this. So we're going to try to achieve the same outside. Let's try that. Already the base can give us that result, but let's add more details to it. And let's try to blow that. Okay, we have that. This one. I'm going to do something. I'm going to select this, curve it around this way. Let's curve this. You know what? Okay, increase the weight of this and then blow that to have that edge. Reduce the blood weight. Let's reduce the blur a bit. Right, make that a gradient. Make this somewhere around gray. This middle, I'm going to increase the brightness a bit. Let's make this a gradient. The spots like white, yeah. The spots like the dark shade. This white would come up a bit. Yes. And the other one. Okay. Let's add some more blur here. Maybe like white. Let's see what that would do. To the top, somewhere around there. Reduce the opacity a bit. Stay there. Right, so that's it. You can go on to add more and more details. Like I said, I've shown you how you can do this, so you can use the same method for this. All you need to do is actually draw multiple circles, like have the first circle this way, and when you have this one, you have the second one. Give it outline so that you can see what you're doing. We have the second one. All right, you can now select both of them and put them in a clip max. Once you have that, you can now export all these lines and just turn them around. That way you're going to have this one. You know what, let me just do it. Give this an outline, select this, clip max, give it a fill. The base one, give it a fill. Right. No, let's first work on the lines. So I'm just going to select all these lines, copy that, come here and paste it in it. Then the clip marks, give it a fill. We have this other line inside of it. This line would be at the top inside of it, but at the top it has its own fill. This one is down, this one is up. So we made a mistake. So select this, unclip it. Let's do that afresh. We're not supposed to clip what we clipped. There are two different elements. So what we're going to do is this one, we'll duplicate it, select both of it, clip marks, select this one, move it in, select this one, give it a fill so that we can see the both of them, and then we can now paste that guy in here. So paste it, and then we can spin it around this way. Once you spin it this way, one of the circle will be at the top, so we'll send this one to the top. This one is going to have a color, not this one actually. I think it's this one. That's the second one. Yeah, that's the one. Remove the stroke, and then we have the other one behind it. Give it a color, and we have this other guys. So we can select this, move it out a bit, and then play around with it. Let's give this a stroke, increase the stroke a bit, give it this color, then a gradient, make it this way, bring this in a bit. This will be pure black, something like that. Then this one would be black as well. Yes. Then we can duplicate this multiple times, bring it down some more. Okay. Yes. Right. And once you have this, we're going to duplicate it some more, send that backward. Now we have both of them this way. Select both of them. We're going to do this stuff. So we'll select this, click here. So it will look like they're in a pit hole. We're going to end it here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add more lines to it. So only the top will show. We'll drag it so it covers that top completely. Once we have that, we duplicate it, select both of them, add a use as max, and then we can now select these two, put them in a frame selection, cut it, and then paste it inside here. Now they're inside there, but we can't see it because this one does not have a fill. So it has a fill now. Hold on. There's a few. Yes. Okay, I know what happened. Alright, so let's select this and paste it back in there. I know what happened. So it was showing the down part, so I thought it didn't work. Yes, so select this and position it the way it should be. So you can play around, ensure that it's detailed, and then we can just hide this one. Or you know what, let's give this one a color. But this one now would be black. So we're going to bring back all this stuff to the point where it started, so it would not affect what we have. Make this black. Remove the stroke. We don't need the stroke. Now if we select this and move it into our frame, going to see what we have. Yes. And that's that. I will see you guys in the next one.